Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Robinson. We are going to learn how to play Fraction Top It today. So I have pulled up the directions for the game from your SRB. It's on page 246 and 247 if you wanted to look at it through your textbook. But let's go over the directions for the game. So in order to play, you're going to need one set of fraction cards. It is a two-player game, and we are going to be comparing fractions. The object of the game is to collect more cards. So in order to play this game, you need to take your fraction cards and you need to make sure, first of all, that they're all facing the same direction. You're going to place the deck picture side down on the table. To play, each player is going to turn over one card from the top of the deck. When it is your turn, you're going to compare the two fractions using just the picture side of the cards. So the player with the largest fraction takes both cards. You need to look at how much of the circle is shaded or unshaded to compare your cards. If the shaded parts of the circle are equal, you might want to look at the number line. You want to make sure that the points on the number line are the same distance from zero. That's how you know they're equal. That means that they are equivalent. If that happens, then each player turns over another card, just like the game of war, and the player with the largest fraction takes all the cards. So the game is over when all of your cards have been taken from the deck. So we are going to look at an example of how to play this game. So I'm going to switch screens. That's your number line. Your number line might be useful to you. You might want to have that next to you as well. It will help you when you're comparing. And let's go to a round. So right now you can see I have my cards and they're all facing picture side down, which is how I want it. I'm going to shuffle my, okay, and then I'm going to deal. So we're imagining that Mrs. Robinson is playing with somebody else. So my turn, and I flip over my card, and here is my fraction circle. My imaginary partner is now going to flip over their card, and there's their fraction circle. So we're going to look at the two circles. Remember, this card is mine. This is my imaginary friend, Fred's card. So if I look at my circle, I can see that this circle has been divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts, and one of those parts is shaded. So 1/6 of my circle is shaded. And I can see that there's a dot on my number line to show me that 1/6 of the circle is shaded. If I look at my friend Fred's card, I can see that his circle has been divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal parts. And of those 8 equal parts, 5 are shaded. So 5/8 of his whole is shaded in. Again, it's on his number line. So I can see the point of 5/8 on the number line. And if I look at my shaded parts, Fred has more of his whole shaded in than I do. I can also look at the number line and see that Fred is closer to 1 whole than I am. I am closer to 0. So for this round, Fred has won it. So Fred would get to take both of my cards. But before we take the cards, we have to record what we got on our fraction cards on our fraction top it record sheet that you will have. So in the background, you can see that I have what it's going to look like your sheet, except mine's just smaller. So I am going to take my little pen tool down here, and I'm going to change my color so that it's nice and bright for you. And I am going to record round 1 for us. So I had 1/6. And Fred had, let's move this out of the way. Oh, it's not going to let me. Okay, Fred had 5/8, so we're going to write over it. 5/8. And if I had to record using my relation symbols, using my less than, greater than, or equal sign, I can say that 1/6 is less than 5/8. Now that I have recorded it, now that Fred has recorded it, we're going to remove our cards. Off the side, just like this. And we are going to play again. So now Fred flips over first. And here's Fred's card. I flip over next. Here's my card. So now we need to look at our fraction circles again. Fred's card has 2 equal parts and one of those parts is shaded, so 1/2 of Fred's whole is shaded in. You can see this on the number line that the 1/2 has been marked. My card has 3 equal parts and one of the 3 parts is shaded, so 1/3 of my whole is shaded in, and I can locate that on my number line as well. So looking at the pictures, I can see that Fred has more of his whole shaded in than I do. Fred is equal distance from the 0 to the 1, whereas I am closer to 0/3. So Fred has yet again won this round, but we need to record our number sentence. So now we're going to record, make our little color. Oh, our color is still the same. So I'm going to write 1/2, which was Fred's card, and 1/3, which was my card. And we're going to say that 1/2 is greater than 1/3. And you will continue to play this way for 8 rounds until your cards are done. Remember that you can use your number line if you need to use that as well. But you can always look at the number line at the bottom of your fraction card.